Okay, so guys, I promise this is the last one about the church house, but today we're not doing any work. I've got some historical facts that actually, it's one of those things that the further back I chase it, the more interesting things got. And to help out with it, I found the sign behind the vinyl siding on the front of the church house, and I'm gonna show it to you, and we're gonna talk about all the history I uncovered doing some research on this. And we finally know how old the building is for sure. So this right here is the sign, and you can see the 1882 real well right there. If you look through the paint, it says Union M.E. Chapel, 1882. So now the trick with all this is that I actually done some research, especially after I found that sign, because I had a name to go with it and everything. So this is the Union Methodist Episcopal Chapel, and the building was built in 1882, but the church started a long time before that. And when I got to digging, I uncovered some interesting information on my wife's side of the family. And to really go through this, we're going to a cemetery. So there's a road on the back side of the property here that is the old road from the church to the Union Cemetery. And that road wraps around the back side of the farm and goes over to where the cemetery is on the back side of the farm. We no longer use that road anymore. It hasn't been used for many, many, many years. You now access it from another public road, and it's got a nice gravel lane. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk to the cemetery. By we, I mean my co-star here, and maybe our other co-star. And so we're going to walk over there, and I'm going to look at some of the gravestones there, because that's going to tell the story. And I've got a list of information historically documented that I've written up, and I'm going to tell you about it. Okay, so as we run out of daylight, this is where our story begins. This is Thomas Vaughn, and right here he died in 1871, right there. And some of the rest of it's hard to read, but I've got the research done. This is where things lead us to right here. So this man was born in 1787. I got my cliff notes here I'm reading from. He fought in the War of 1812. He enlisted in the military as a volunteer. He was born in Pennsylvania. He was at the battle where Tecumseh, which if you're familiar with Ohio and the Indian chief Tecumseh, he fought in the battle where Tecumseh was killed. 10 days later, on October the 15th in 1813, he was discharged from the military in Detroit, Michigan. He moved back to Pennsylvania, where he married Rebecca Dunham in 1814. Over the next 23 years, they would have 10 children. Now, on 10 children, I mean, not too far off from that time, but spanning it out over 23 years, that's doing something. In the spring of 1822, Thomas Vaughn, or as I'm going to refer to him from now on, Judge Thomas Vaughn, would move to Ohio, where he purchased the farm that would be the future location of the Union Methodist Episcopal Chapel. March 22nd, I'm not going to go through all the kids, but I'm going to go over ones that are going to show up here, and there's other Vaughns buried here, several other family members, but I'm going to go after the ones that are going to be important to the church. So, Judge Thomas Vaughn and his wife would have a child on March 22nd of 1822 named Mordecai D. Vaughn. Mordecai is born to his parents and would marry to Elizabeth Elliott on May 23rd of 1844. Now, this is where things get interesting, because all the Vaughns buried down through here, but right here behind us, right behind his daddy, not this one. This is, I'm going to turn the camera here, that is Reverend Mordecai D. Vaughn, right? And his wife Elizabeth. This is where they're buried at. So, now I'm going to keep talking. He is born to Judge Thomas Vaughn, right? Married Elizabeth Elliott, right there. Okay, In 1828, Stephen Newton Vaughn is born to his parents, Judge Thomas Vaughn and Rebecca Vaughn. He would marry May 25th, 1858 to Lucinda D. Perrell. Okay? Now, this is where Judge Thomas Vaughn would become one of the associate judges of Jackson County and would hold this position for 17 years. He would fill various offices of trust for nearly 40 years. So for 40 years, he would serve as an officer of the community in this area. Okay. On November 10th, Thomas Harrison Vaughn is born to the parents, Judge Thomas Vaughn and Rebecca Dunham. He would marry on November 19th in 1865 to an Evelyn Lackey. They are both buried in Green Lawn Cemetery, Columbus, Ohio. Out of the link of all the people I've got the rest of this list, he's the only one not buried in this cemetery on the backside of the farm, which I find interesting, but everybody else is here. In 1842, the Union Methodist Episcopal Chapel Church was organized by a Reverend R.M. Daughtry at the residence of his father, Martin. And with the membership of 12 to 15, they had their meetings in Union Schoolhouse, which the schoolhouse was on the very back side of the property, close to the road that led from the church to the cemetery, except occasionally at the residence of some of its members. The schoolhouse would later be torn down, and it would be moved over to the farm to be used as a shed that is now collapsed behind my in-laws. So that is interesting. On November 29th in 1846, Rebecca Dunham Vaughn dies and is buried in Union Cemetery, Bloomfield Township, Jackson, Ohio. So she's here, and Thomas is here with her now, because Thomas would outlive her for many years after that. 1866, Jackson Jacob Vaughn, Jack Vaughn, and it's just the birth year without a specific day. Even though he is not listed as one of their children, he was raised by Thomas Harrison Vaughn, and he would marry Millie P. Jones. Now, we're going to go over and see Stephen. So, Stephen, Stephen's right here. So that's Mr. Stephen Vaughn right there. So Stephen Vaughn owned property that was over there where my wife's grandfather lives right now, and the property along that side of the road. And he was a farmer and a teacher, and he was known for his innovation farming back in his day. So Stephen's going to come into the picture and play a little bit later. We also have Henry James Vaughn there, and there's some of these other Vaughns that were some of the children. And we don't have Thomas Harrison. Okay, so now back to the script here, because I'm getting outpaced myself. Oh, we had Jack Vaughn. Let's go find Jack. So here we have Jackson J. Vaughn and Millie P. Vaughn. So, Jackson was born in 1866 and married Millie. Later on, obviously. Judge Thomas Vaughn dies and is buried in Union Cemetery and Bloomfield Township. He outlives his wife by 25 years. In 1875, and this is where Thomas Harris comes into play, because Thomas Harrison was the youngest child of Judge Thomas Vaughn. And Jackson's coming back in here in a little bit. I have a land plot from 1875, Bloomfield Township, that shows the owner of the farm. The whole farm where what the old man bought belonged to Thomas Harrison Vaughn, and that's the plot that I have that shows that Stephen Newton Vaughn owns the property that's across the road over there. And so, actually I have pictures of that, and I will see if I can throw that in there. The recorded members of the Union Methodist Episcopal Chapel Church in 1884. Now, this is where all these people are going to tie in together here. The church was built in 82, and that we know. And it was built on an acre of the farm owned by Thomas Harrison Vaughn, because he owned it in 75. In 84, the members of the church, or the officers, was Minister Reverend Mordecai D. Vaughn. The class leader for Sunday school was Stephen Newton Vaughn, because he was a teacher. And the steward of the church was Thomas Harrison Vaughn. He owned the property the church was built on. The membership was about 60. Services was every Sabbath, and Sunday school 9 months of the year. And that's where Stephen Newton came in. So now, in 1892, February 22nd, Emery G. Vaughn is born to parents Jack Vaughn and Millie P. Jones. So here's Jack right here, right? And then if we go over there, we'll go see Emery. Okay, here we have Jenny M. and Emery G. Vaughn. And then, just so everybody knows, we have also, they have their daughter, and both of their sons are buried over there. Well, not both. 2 of their sons. Because they would have another son. Okay, I covered this in 1892, February 22nd. Emery G. Vaughn was born to parents Jack Vaughn and Millie P. Jones. He would marry Jenny E. M. Davis. And so here they are. Their children, all but one, is here. 1909, Reverend Mordecai D. Vaughn dies and is buried in Union Cemetery, Bloomfield Township, Jackson, Ohio. He's over there. In 1910, Thomas Harrison Vaughn dies. He's buried in Green Lawn Cemetery, Columbus, Franklin, Ohio. So he's the only one that's not here. And him and his family and his children are buried up there. So sometime between the records of the church in 1884 and his death in 1910, Thomas Harrison Vaughn sold the farm to presumably a Jones and moved to Columbus, Ohio, which I find interesting because Jackson Vaughn was married to a Millie Jones. So that was a family name that was around here. Okay. In 1922, and from here on out, people who's still living, I'm not going to give their birth dates anymore. Donald Vaughn is born to Emery G. and Jenny M. Davis Vaughn. He would marry Anna Jane Radcliffe. And Anna is buried right over here. In 1941, Jackson Jacob Vaughn dies and is buried in Union Cemetery, Bloomfield Township. In 1950, the farmland surrounding the Union Methodist Episcopal Chapel was purchased by Isaac Rose from the Jones family. Isaac Rose moved to the farm, leaving Wise, Virginia, bringing with him his wife, Vina J. Rose, and their children, Jim, Emil, Doug, and Isaac Wendell. Isaac Wendell would marry Janet L. Vaughn. So Janet, and we'll come over here. Okay, so this is Anna Jane Radcliffe and Donald Vaughn's gravestone. But Donald Vaughn is still with us. And as of right now, as of me filming this, he's 103. This is my wife's grandparents. These two would have 2 daughters, be Janet Vaughn and Phyllis Vaughn. And they would marry 2 brothers, be Isaac Wendell Rose and Douglas Rose. When Janet marries Wendell is when everything changes. Because in 1971, Isaac Rose dies and is buried in Union Cemetery, Bloomfield Township, which is over here. And he leaves the farm to his son, Wendell Rose. By Janet being married to Wendell, she owns the property that belonged to her great-great-great-grandfather. Isaac Wendell Rose would have 3 children. One of them would be my wife. Emery G. Vaughn dies in 1983 and is buried right over here behind us. I would be fortunate enough in 2006 to marry my wife. And in 2012, the acre lot that the Union Methodist Episcopal Chapel is located on and 5 acres surrounding the building is deeded to myself and my wife by her dad and mom. This action makes my wife the owner of the property that belonged to her 4th great grandfather. And in 2025, the Union ME Chapel is dismantled. The materials that are reusable are salvaged for future use or sold. The historical portions of the church are saved or sold to continue their legacy. And this means that the church stood at its location for 143 years. The important thing to note in all of this, 5 out of the 10 children of Judge Thomas and Rebecca Vaughn are buried in Union Cemetery here with them, along with generations after them. And all the family line from the purchases of the property in 1822 leading up to our ownership of the property that have passed, except for Thomas Harrison Vaughn and the Joneses that we don't know really what happened in that gap, are buried here in this cemetery. And to end everything, as it gets dark, as we wander around a cemetery, one of these days everything will get left to him, and he will be the owner of property that belonged to his 5th great grandfather. So digging up history on the church brought us back to the fact that my wife's bloodline has owned this property for the greater portion of 150 years or better. So, guys, I appreciate you watching the church videos. I appreciate you indulging me in the history lesson. It was something that I got really excited about digging through and finding out that the property had that kind of documented history. And I guess after this, I'm back in the garage. So we'll see you guys on the next one.